Welcome back. In this session, we're going to be putting the water into our monochromatic cityscape scene that we've been painting. We just got done doing a blended sky and adding some clouds in at the top. And now we're going to put the blended water in down here. We're going to pretend that this is the waterfront and there's like a little beach here in front of the building. So what we're going to do, I'm going to use the same palette I just got done using for my sky. If we started a new session, the colors you're going to want are a turquoise, a white, and a black. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did before, is we're going to blend our colors in. So I'm going to start with my pure turquoise higher up here, and I'm going to put my light tint of turquoise down at the bottom. So I'm actually going to need to get a little bit more white here. And try not to get your previous black grayish color in there. You're going to want to save that for later, but we're going to try to get our white light tint of turquoise for down here. I'm going to just start painting that in. And as you paint it in, remember you want thick, rich tempera paint so that when we get to the point of blending, you've got extra paint already on your paper. It won't work if you've got really watered down tempera paint. You want it to be nice and thick and rich with the white color in there, because that will give you nice blending ability later. Alright, so here we go. I got a big area of light tint painted in. Alright, then I'm going to add more turquoise to it to get like a darker tint. It's still a tint because we haven't used black yet. A darker tint, and you might have to get more on your palette if you need to, if you've run out like I'm starting to run out. And you're blending this color in. Remember, blending means you're smoothing back and forth and kind of working the color together on your paper, right? So here's my tint, my darker tint of turquoise. And notice how I'm pulling my brush horizontally. I'm not going up and down. I'm not going all over the place and scribbling. I'm pulling my brush horizontally. All right, we want to keep that horizontal feel to our brushwork so that later on when we put in the next step, it feels very water-like. Okay, and you can notice I'm leaving brushwork here, whereas up on the top I really had it nice and smooth and blended in, whereas down here I'm having more brush strokes, and you can almost see the like horizontal line of my brush strokes. Alright, and you can see how there it starts to blend right in the middle. And now that I've got enough thick, rich paint on here, I'm really going to lighten up on my pressure of the brush and kind of smooth those strokes together and get a nice evenly blended area. Like that. Alright, now I'm going to take my brush and I'm actually going to wipe most of the paint off. Clean it out really well. And now I'm going to get some black and white for a gray color, just like we did before for our clouds. And I'm going to put that in for like a sidewalk right here. And I'm actually just going to have my brush held kind of vertically rather than on an angle like this. I'm holding it up straight up and down. It looks like I'm kind of holding it to the side because of the camera, but really I'm holding it straight up and down. So I'm just using the tip of my brush, the like flat edge of my brush, and I'm pulling it along the thinner side. So I'm not using the thickness, but I'm using the thinness of the easel brush. And there we get our sidewalk, our grayish sidewalk in between the buildings and the water. All right. Now, we're going to have to let that dry a little bit before we do the next step on our water. So make sure if this is the end of the session, you clean up all your supplies, put your artwork in the drying rack so it can get nicely dried out for our next session, and we'll see you next time.